another level, because when you begin to understand, it is not the translation of tongues. So 5 people can be hearing it and all get a different interpretation that sums up to the one interpretation. So today you could be hearing it in this way, but tomorrow that same thing says, but I've heard something else. So therefore we'll give you a tape where there's one says, I'll sing with the Spirit, but we'll give it to you to sing with the understanding. Okay, next slide. Read 21 at the top. Read. Good. Pain is a what? Signal. Touch your neighbor and say, are you ready for the signal? Now, many of us in life, we are in, and I put a wheel here, we're in a cycle. Let me tell you, some cycles are made to be broken. If it's a negative cycle. And so therefore, we need to understand that pain is a signal, so change. Stop learning to live with the pain. You don't have to carry that pain. Take your elbow and jolt your neighbor a little and say, stop living with that pain. When there's someone in your life that is a pain in your butt, and they're not your mentor, eliminate them. Pull the dart out of your backside. Why live with that? Touch your neighbor and say, touch your neighbor and say, there's no victims in life. Only volunteers. Whatever you got, you volunteered for it. So you volunteered for it on the subconscious level, and therefore it manifests on the conscious level. I know I didn't volunteer for them to break into my car. Well, yes, you did. There's somewhere you had that thought there the whole time.
Yes, sir.
You know, we heard this is a high crime area. Next. You volunteer for the circumstances that hit your life. Now, let me tell you what happened. Most people have an attitude with God because, they blame God for the tragedies in their life. And let me tell you something. That we've really had bad theology. Amen. There's a lot of people here, you see, when their prophecy don't come to pass, they get angry with God. Lord, I thought you said. Well, Israel thought he had said too, you're going to go into the promised land, but no one wanted to accept the blame that we did not go in because we did not believe. We still like to move in that old Adamic nature after the fall, that when we sin, instead of saying, okay, Lord, it was me, I messed up, I missed you. What we say, Lord, it was you. That woman that you gave me, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, wasn't me, no, Lord. I was just standing in the need of prayer. No. You are in the crises you are in because of something in you. See, we don't like that kind of preaching. That preaching, you don't get a whole lot of amens. Because that means you got some homework to do. Amen. There's some areas I was saying, my God, I need more finances. I'm broke. What's going on here? I don't like the way this thing feels. God, when are you going to move? When you move. Amen. I was complaining to the Lord about something about a month ago. I said, God, these folks just don't get it. He said, they'll get it when you get it. Amen. He says, I've always taught you that you can never have two heads on something as a monster. So you have one mind. Now, if you send the signal to that part of the body that just don't get it and it still doesn't respond, at some point you may have to just amputate. The mastermind may be sending the signal, but it's not responding. Amen? And you have some members in the body that are just not responding. Touch your neighbor and say, are you responding? Amen. Okay, now let's look here at 2 Corinthians 3:18. But we all with what? Now we all with an open face. That means all of us is standing with our face open. Can I also say this to you? Now I hope you're ready for what I'm about to say. Because what I'm about to say can be taking you to another level slightly. Some of you will need to, in meditation, sit before a mirror. Now, when you sit before a mirror, you can't sit far away. Beholding, as in a glass or in a mirror. When you try to see yourself in the mirror, what do? You come close to the mirror, right? If the mirror's there, you're not trying to look and you see, some of you will never behold in the mirror until you're willing to come close to God. Touch your neighbor and say, you're too far away. See, in order for you to see the details of the things that need to be refined, you've got to get close to the mirror. Now, I'm going to say something to you that may be a little mystical. But, who cares? We're out on the edge anyway. You need to behold as in the glass the glory of the Lord. Some of you in prayer need to get to the place where you literally stand before a mirror and no longer look at the image that is on the outside, but let your eye behold the eye that is in you. And be changed into that image. Now, you shouldn't do that if you got the ego, but if the ego is in you, it will behold the frame instead of look for the character. And anytime anyone begins to give greater compliment to the frame of a picture than to the picture itself, you know that picture is not worth much. In other words, if people are just commenting you on your hair, your body, your shape, your clothing, but they don't ever compliment you on your attitude, then you know that you need to be redone. Your frame outweighs the portrait. Can I go a little further and say this? Sometimes I believe that God, this is Bernard's belief, that God will put a handicap in your flesh. So that you cannot glory in your flesh, but that your whole lot in life will be to work on the beauty of your character. So therefore, I already know that my outer beauty cannot get me into the doors that I need to go into. So therefore, I got to let the beauty on the inside be developed. And then people begin to say, you're a good human being. You're a good people. There's something I like about you. There are some people that has no outward attraction, people that I know, but can find a mate like this. One person died, they done died.